Hello everyone, welcome to my next boss breakdown tutorial. Today we're talking about Nuraanag. Alright, so here is kind of where we finally get to change things up on the build. Once we get the shotgun blast plus the speed up, we're going to really start doing some damage. So in this boss and the future bosses, we're going to really work on pushing phases over. This boss is also one of the bosses that seems a little out of order. They're pretty easy compared to a lot of the other bosses. But here we go. So we're playing with these three. These are really, really good. And then for our passives, we do these. Extra soul drops. This is going to be our standard build for a lot of them. We only really changed this build on the last boss. Alright, so let's get into the breakdown here. So right away he's going to do this thing where he kind of puts this like weird grid pattern. And what you want to do is just move in a circle. So you see how I start here. I'm going to just move in a circle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wind up over here. So you move in a circle like this. And then you're going to wind up right here. This is your objective, to wind up on this side of the field. Because what's going to happen is right after that, he's going to do these circles. And the circles are going to go inward. So they're going to meet right here. So the closer you are to the edge, that's going to be best for you to be able to dodge these bullets. So you want to be close to the edge and just kind of pick your spot and move out while shooting. And then you're going to want to come in and then collect the blasts. So these are really hard to dodge. They're really tightly laced and they're wide. So jumping over them is tough. So what you see here is what I'm doing is I'm backing up to try and get to a place where they spread out wide enough so that I can dodge. I don't do that, but that's one of the things that you can do. All right, and then see I tried to do it both times, but I didn't accomplish the goal. So you're going to want to, again, right after that, he's going to do this thing, and then the concentric circles, and just going to shoot him. So this one is also really tough to dodge. You kind of have to know where these like little, like I call them like ninja stars or something like that. You really have to know where to go. So you want to stand in like these two zones when you dodge. This little orb will block one. It's actually one of the best things that this orb can do is it blocks one. So every once in a while you're doing this boss, you'll find that this thing blocks it. And that's pretty awesome. All right. So phase 2 is none of these phases are super hard. But again, we're doing this, and if you get close, this time I actually dodged it. So, I do sometimes know what I'm doing, but if you get close and you dodge over, it's the same sort of principle as in the boss for dumb. The closer you are, the better you are. But the problem is you have to come over and hope that you can get another one before this. It's okay to take damage in these zones. I mean, we're just going through the storyline, so you're gonna have plenty of leftover damage, and we're not really gonna take much damage on the rest of the boss, so that's fine. So lightning comes down, you're gonna dodge. Just remember, pick your spots. They're gonna come down and they're gonna shoot outward, and then he's just gonna cycle through that and spreading bullets. I thought for a second that in this video I like thought for a second I found a spot that you could stand to be immune, but as you can see here, not immune. Just take it right to the face and just move on with my life. The thing is like, as good as like going down to the bottom of the zone is, the problem with it is you have to range yourself. So you have to kind of judge whether or not you want to take the damage and still be able to damage the boss, or just stop damaging the boss and dodging. All right. So I do want to talk about one thing here before we move on to the next area. So if you're a little bit slower on this boss, what's going to happen is that he's going to electrocute the water here. And the objective is to stand on these little like peaches or whatever these are called. But if you push him into phase 3 while the electricity is going on in the water, the electricity stays and the peach disappears. So you become standing in the water and it electrocutes you and does damage. So if you're doing a little bit less damage, or you're being a little bit more safe when you're doing this boss. Just be careful. Don't push him into phase 3 while they electrocute, because you just take the damage. There's nothing you can do to dodge it. All right, cool. So these last two phases are super easy. So I'm going to show you kind of the power of these two abilities combined: the super fast shot and the shotgun blast. So I'm just been slowly collecting these souls, and like these last two phases, he doesn't really do any moves. So all you do is just circle around him, and then you pick your spot, and then you do both. So I'm going to fast and then shotgun here in a second. Watch this. So look how much damage I'm doing. I just do like this much health in just like a second, and then you just go around and you collect and just do it again. So that phase lasts like 10 seconds, and you just push him right through it. And then you're just doing the same thing. So phase 4 is basically the same. At one point, he's going to go to this middle zone, and you just follow him into that. But your main objective is just to collect the souls, activate most of these abilities while you're right on top of him, and then you just kill him. So you can see here, I'm just collecting the souls, getting close to him because I know he's going to do something really crazy, and then I just push him over. So you just... The big thing about this strategy that I'm using with these two abilities is when you do the bosses a bunch of damage, it's gonna drop a bunch of souls, so you'll be able to refill both of these abilities. But what you have to do is be careful to not phase him into the next phase before you collect all the souls. That's going to be a common theme in the next coming up videos. I know this boss is a little bit rough, but the first two phases are a little bit tougher than the last two phases. And you can see here, I got hit a ton, and I still had 10 seconds left. And I could have played it much safer, but I still had plenty of time. All right, cool. Well, that's that boss. And the harder bosses are coming up. Bye.